My name is Chris Allen Lee, and I'm here to show you what it's really like to run your own startup, work remotely, and try to balance life all at the same time. So I started working on that auto posting scheduling feature for SmartHash a few weeks ago until I realized that Instagram has the auto posting API under a private beta, but I didn't want to give up on that feature just yet. So I decided to go ahead and go forward and make it a scheduling feature that alerts you when it's time to post on Instagram. You can upload your images, save them, crop them, save your captions, and then schedule them, and then it'll give you a push notification on your phone with the image and your captions already copied, ready to paste it on Instagram. There's a few other apps that do that, like Preview, and so I think it'll be a good way to create that feature until Instagram allows the auto posting API for everybody. So my favorite and least favorite thing about being a solopreneur is actually the same thing. It's the fact of not having a boss. So it's an amazing feeling not having to answer to anyone except for myself. I can work how I want to work, when I want to work. I can take vacation days without asking. I can take 2-hour lunch breaks if I want to. I can basically take unlimited breaks, whatever it is. I can do it all. But the flip side with all of that is that the success of the company and my livelihood is literally all on me. Everything is my responsibility. If I can't pay the bills, that's on me. If the app breaks, that's on me. If a customer emails in with a complaint, I'm the one who has to deal with that. There's no delegation, there's no one else to blame. It's literally all on my shoulders. Obviously, that can be super nerve-wracking, not being able to rely on anybody else. It's easy to get super overwhelmed and feel like you've got no help at all. But it's also the thing that really puts a fire under my ass and makes sure that I do the work and I put it in because there's no one else to blame, there's no one else to do it. It's just me. That's the double-sided coin of solopreneurship. It's a love-hate thing. So with the news of last week of potentially maybe losing another freelancing client, I thought it'd be a good idea to get out on the market, so to speak, and try to find some more freelancing clients. I've been chatting with this one guy in particular who's actually a referral from one of my previous clients, which immediately makes him a better candidate. And so I'm excited to hear more about what he wants and have that back and forth conversation and see if we can't land on a good budget and a good timing for creating his app. I definitely would like to talk more about it, but he went ahead and sent over an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, so I can't really talk too much about it. Went ahead and signed it. NDAs are actually pretty standard from my experience. Most of the clients that I talk to before we get into the nitty-gritty, they send over an NDA, and not a big deal. But I sent him a proposal, and we will see if he goes for it. So balancing freelancing and my own startup work. So I've mentioned this in a previous video about how I think freelancing is a great way to transition from working at an office at a company to working exclusively on your own startup. And right now I'm still at a position where I'm doing both freelancing and working on my own startup. And I know that there's a lot of people that struggle with this, of being able to balance both. So I'm going to explain how I handle this. So I'm going to preface this whole thing with this, is that you really should be freelancing at least over a year before you start trying to balance both of these things. And the reason why you want to do that is because by that time, after a year in, you can command higher hourly prices. So when I first started, I think I started off at like $25 an hour. And it took me about a year and a half to get to the point where I would start charging like $60 an hour. And that's key because now you have all of this free time to be able to spend on starting your startup. Okay, so now with that out of the way I balance freelancing and startup work is I set a hard limit of 4 hours a day just on freelancing. So that's 20 hours a week, which is a good amount of income because remember, you're earning double the amount, an hourly rate as you used to. So it still should be a good enough income to pay all of your bills and whatnot. Then outside of those 4 hours, you can literally spend every waking moment just working on your startup. And that is how I've been balancing my freelancing work and my startup work all at the same time. So it's super important that I sustain my current income because the house that we're building is almost finished. It's getting really freaking close. And I know there's just gonna be a lot of stuff that we're going to need to buy when we first move in, including closing costs. So I need to be making as much money as I possibly can. And I'd like to just visit the house every once in a while just so I can check up on it and get motivated. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a little walkthrough too and show you guys what it looks like so far. So let's check it out. Let's go inside. All right, let's check it out. So they've just added the flooring down here, but here's the living room. They've got all this paper down here to cover up the tile so they don't dirty it up. But we've just got these new counters. There's a little island right here, but this is the living room. Kitchen, looking kind of good in here. Why not take a look upstairs, shall we? Okay, so now we're upstairs. We've got our laundry room right here up in the front. This room is gonna be my office. So I've got some of these awesome double window action right here. Pretty big space, we're gonna break dance. Let's head over down this hallway. And bathroom right here. Look at that freaking tile, sexy as fuck. We've got, oh my God, that soy tile looks so good. Spare bedroom number 1. Let's take a look. And it's time to check out the master. Let's take a look, shall we? So this is the master bedroom, humongous. Closet number 1, closet number 2. Look how big that freaking space is. Oh my God. And master bath. Let's take a look. Look at that shower. Wow. Yeah. So that's a little walkthrough of the house so far. Still obviously under construction, a couple more things to do, just a couple of the finishings, countertops, but we're getting really freaking close. So I gotta make that money. Hey guys, if you liked that video, go ahead and make sure to subscribe. If you wanna check out other videos in the series, go ahead and click right here. Or if you just wanna support me, go ahead and click the link in the description, try Smart Hash for free, or shop Do What You Love for some cool merch.